Hey everyone, this is Brady with Perky's Papery. I promised you back in June that I would do my fountain pen collection. I'm still in the beginner type stage, I would say. Now, I have been using fountain pens for a couple of years, and we can thank my friend Beth for sending me down the rabbit hole. But if you want to see what I have, maybe some tips for beginners, some things that I have found that may be helpful so you don't spend a ton of money, then keep on watching. Okay, welcome back. So I tried to set up a fall vibe type situation here. It's not the normal, but you know what? We have the candle, we have the little leaf plate, and we have some plaid. Doesn't get any more fall than that. So let's get into it. So I have right here, first of all, some beginner type fountain pens. Now, like I was saying at the beginning, my friend Beth, I worked with her and she would come in and be like, here, try this, here, try this. Well, the first one that she had me try was the Platinum Preppy. This is a really great starter pen. I got this one in the fine. Now, the only thing that I do not like as much about the Preppy, it is a little bit scratchy when you write on the paper. It doesn't glide as well, but it's a really good beginner pen. I prefer the fine nib just because that's what I am used to. Now, I would write with this one, but as you can see, my ink is actually out and I do need to change that. Now, these ones will use the standard cartridge like this. You can pick these up on Amazon for a decent price, but if you're beginning, there's something that you need to know too. You can buy these and you can buy them empty. All you need to do is just buy the empty cartridge like this, and it's going to be the standard one, and then you will get an ink syringe. So if you want to pick up, let's say, some ink so that you can refill these instead of constantly buying these, you have that option. But as you can see, this one here is empty and I do need to change the cartridge out. Pretty much all you do is just you pull the top off and then you will unscrew it, pop that out. You just pop one back in, or you can refill it with the syringe. But like I said, this Preppy, while it's a great starter one, it wasn't my favorite. So let's set that aside. So the next one that I would say would be a good starter one and fairly inexpensive is going to be the Pilot Kakuno. Now you can find that on Amazon. Like I said, very inexpensive. I want to say this was around $10, $11. And they have different nibs. So you can get extra fine, you can get fine, medium, whatever you would like. Now, if you like writing with the .03 pen, then I would suggest to get a fine. The .05, you could go with either a medium or a fine as well. So there is that one. This one also takes the standard cartridge like the Preppy, so it's a really good starter one that, you know, instead of it being like disposable. Now, I did pick up, and this was in a pack of 4. I've already used the black one up. Now, these are the Zebra fountain pens. These are disposable, and they write like a dream. So, of course, this one is blue, this one is pink, and of course, that one is purple. But let me show you the page here. They just glide right across the paper. Hardly any scratching. There's the purple. There's the pink. And then of course the blue. Now, Again, fairly inexpensive. I want to say I bought a 4-pack for like $8. So that's about $2 a piece. So that's a pro. So if by chance you do not like them, it's only $2. Now, the bad part is if you do like them, you have to keep repurchasing them because they are disposable. Then I graduated up to a Lamy. Lamy is another good fountain pen for you to try. Again, mine is in the fine. That's what I prefer. I like this because it has the little spot right here for you to put your fingers so that it makes it a little more comfortable to write with. I don't know if this is inked up just because I haven't used it in a while. Nope, no ink. But again, this one also has the cartridge. Oh yeah, I should have just looked. So this one has the cartridge. This one I do refill, and I refill it with my brown ink. But now, if you do not want to mess with the syringe, you can buy what is called the plunger replacement. So basically, it will have a tip here on the back that you put down into the ink and you twist it and it sucks it up in there. So if it was me, I would buy that one, especially if you really like the pen. I would definitely replace it with the plunger style cartridge. So there is the Lamy. Now, those are all of my starter pens. I then graduated to the TWSBI Eco. I love this fountain pen. I love how it writes. I love how it feels in your hand. It has the plunger cartridge, so it's easy to refill. It's easy to clean. Now, the one that I got was white with the rose gold. Let's see. Let me get this out of the way here. Let me just show you how this writes. I have two of them, and they're two the same, and I'll explain why I have two exactly the same. But I mean, it just glides compared to the others. So I'm going to be quiet so that you can hear me writing with it compared to the other ones. Can you hear that it doesn't really drag that much? Now let me grab this one. Can you hear it dragging? So this one drags a little bit more. This one's more like a ballpoint pen almost. It just glides right across the paper, and I love it. I have, like I said, I have two of them. So I had ordered one and it was lost in the mail for about a month, and I got it from, where did I get these from? I think it was either Goulet Pen or Jet Pen. I think it was Jet Pen. So I contacted them. I'm like, look, I don't know what's going on. It's been late for about a month. What can we do? So basically what they did was they resent one to me. I got this one here and I got it really fast. But then about 3 days later, I got this one. So I contacted them like, hey, I got the other one. I would like to just keep it instead of sending back. So they sent me an invoice and I actually just paid for it. So I ended up with two, which is fine because this one has my document ink black. That's the one that I write with all the time. And then this one is the one that I use for the fun color. This one right here is actually this ink, which is The Old Man and the Sea by Wearinol, I think is how you say it. But it has a shimmer in there. I don't have that many inks, but yes, I love this one. And again, this one is in, I think this is either extra fine or fine. Now, you'll be able to tell because it says on the nib itself, you will see either an EF, and I can't really see it. I think it's an extra fine. But anyway, you'll see either an F, for fine, EF for extra fine, M for medium. So this is kind of my middle grade type pen that I would say, but it writes beautifully, still affordable depending on, you know, what your definition of affordable is. So this one runs around $53 plus the shipping and stuff, so it's not bad. Middle grade, writes beautifully. If you want to upgrade from some of the beginner ones, I would actually tell you to go with the TWSBI Eco. It's lightweight, it fits well in your hand, and it just writes like a dream. So then I have, this one cost a little bit more. This is the Narwhal. I love this pen as well. It's a little bit heavier. Now the difference in this one is that it has what's called a broad tip on there. I don't know if you can see how straight across it is versus these ones have more of a point to them. This one is more like your quill type pen, I guess you could say, more like a calligraphy type pen. So when you want to write, it's going to write bold, you'll be able to get thicker letters, and you'll be able to get more ink coming out as well. Now this one has a learning curve when it comes to the broad tip, and I just inked it up before I came in, and I've got stuff still on here everywhere. I didn't clean the nib very, very well. There, okay. And you can tell I've got it on my fingers. But anyway, this is a really great pen as well. This one is more of a midline also, that I would say. It's not part of the real expensive type ones, but still, I mean, on the higher end. So that's the Narwhal. And then finally, I bought an iridescent looking a Sailor fountain pen. Now, this is considered a medium fine. However, I don't know if you can see. Do you see that nib, how it's turned up? That's called a Fude nib. Fude. I could be saying it wrong. Somebody will correct me. Now this one, it writes kind of strange, and it is very, very scratchy. But the nib is really kind of cool. This one has a learning curve. Now the Sailor pens, some of them can be quite expensive, some of them can be quite affordable, and a lot of people know about the Sailor pens. So that's my collection right now. These ones, as you can tell, I don't have them inked up, so I don't keep them to where I can use them all the time. Now, let's talk ink. If you are just starting out, you do not have to buy like the big bottles of ink like I have. What you're going to want to do is get samples. I am going to tell you, and I will link it down below, Goulet pens. I'm going to pull this tray out here. You can buy sample tubes. So if you see something that you like, you're like, oh man, I wonder what it really looks like in person, you can buy samples. This is the size, and it's anywhere from like $2 to $3 depending on the company. Now, like this one here, the Robert Oster, very popular as well. Funny story, this Cafe Crema is the exact same color as the one that Helen sold with Coffee Monster Co. We had a collaboration, and it's exactly the same. But you can get these samples from Goulet Pen so that you can try them before you actually buy the huge bottles. Now, some of the inks. This Document Ink Black, and I know I'm going to butcher the name, Diatramentis, I believe is what it is. I believe that's how you say it. This is one of the darkest black inks, I believe, that's on the market. So I got a big bottle. It's hard to get a hold of this one too. I bought, just because from Coffee Monster, I had to get some ink and I had to get the brown. But I did not realize when I first purchased this that it was the same color as this one. This is the one that I put into my Lammy. Then I have some from, oh gosh, what is the name? It's Wearingal, I think is how you say it. Don't quote me. But these ones all have shimmer in them and they're beautiful. That's my quick collection here. Like I said, not nearly as extensive as some people. But like I said, if you want to just get started, I would start with these three. Honestly, I would start with the Zebra. The Zebra fountain pen disposable. You can get that anywhere. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it at Target. It comes either in a pack of 2 black, or you can get the 4-pack with all the different colors. And then you have the Platinum Preppy here, which, yes, good starter pen. It does scratch a little bit when you are writing, so it doesn't go as smooth. The Lammy, actually really good fountain pen. I think it writes a whole lot smoother than the Preppy does. And I like the fact that if you're new to fountain pens, it has this little grip for you to put your fingers. So it's really helpful. Let's see. And then you have the Pilot Kakuno. I would say excellent starter one. If somebody were to come to me and say, Brandy, what fountain pen should I use? I am just starting out. I would tell you to get this one right here. It's very, very lightweight. It's more like a pen to write with. And it'll give you a good solid base to get started with other things. This one also has like a little ridge right here for your fingers to make you feel a little more comfortable writing with them. But solid starter pen. And then if you want to get fancy, then I would tell you to definitely go with the TWSBI Eco. That is my next. This is my favorite one. Now, I do have a couple of Dream fountain pens, one of which I will be getting pretty soon. The other one, it's pretty dang darn expensive, so I will be saving up for that one. And yeah, so if you have any kind of questions whatsoever about any of the fountain pens, like I said, I am not an expert on fountain pens. I just know what I know going through the different ones, and with my friend Beth would have different ones and we would just sit there in the office and try it. So yeah, she's probably a little more expert than I am at this point. She got into it a whole lot sooner than I did, but I blame her for now the obsession with it. So, like I said, any kind of questions, just reach out down below and I will answer them the best that I can. And if I don't know the answer, I will definitely find out, because I know plenty of people who are experts. So, anyway, we're going to leave it like that, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was worth the wait. But anyway, y'all have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.